And that's what I always keep in mind of, that no matter what conflicts happen on this movie or any movie, or whether it's in your own home or in your own work environment, the best thing you can do is keep focusing on the end goal, the prize, and remember that these things are meant to happen to stop something great. The more bad that happens, that leads to great, the higher the greatness that's going to come from that situation. So, yes, I fell and I sprained my quadriceps yesterday. I caught the amoeba parasite. My wife and I were in the hospital for 4 days on IV. We've had a million things happen since we've been here. But the one thing I keep focusing on is that there is something huge and great that's going on with this film that's beyond a normal just make a movie situation. And you don't feel it from my passion inside. I've already cried 5 times watching these beautiful actors act, because I'm just not even if their scene isn't not it's not an emotional scene. I'm just emotional the fact of how incredible they are doing in these moments. And for me, I'm more excited than them, and that's the passion that I think that is in this film. And no matter what comes in the way of us, we will overcome it. So that is what I say to any challenges. Okay. Well, I've always believed that, anything worth doing doesn't come. What can kill you can only make you stronger. And, a year from now, 125 years of Philippine independence, we will look back in this experience, that this experience is absolutely worth it. I actually don't see challenges. I always see opportunities. Whatever, people say it's a challenge or it's an opportunity to grow, an opportunity for the team to grow strong, an opportunity for the people of Palawan to come together. Filipinos have been divided throughout our history, and our desire, at least through movies, we can unite our people. And that for me is an opportunity more than anything else. Nothing like we are unstoppable. I was telling the team, as long as we are united, moving forward, we are unstoppable. So opportunities more than the challenges. So I'm just honored. We're honored, all honored to be here. You guys know the sacrifices of all these people in here just to make this thing happen. Literally each one of us, but it's all because of one big purpose. To make the Filipinos, the ground raised, the line on be proud all over the world.
It's well preserved. Huge follow-up question as well. Sir, for us to have complete details on the information of the 1521 international movie, is the budget going to be divulged to the public kung magkano yung ginagawa budget for this? And secondly, kailan po when this film will be watched by the people in the movie houses, and what makes Kaya Alonzo and Mama Isanasto fits in the role. We have that kind of hard time in looking the difference in this movie.
It's always what the best movies are always those who don't know how much it costs. Right? So we want to be it's better for us to give it to you so that we don't judge it according to the numbers. We judge it the quality of the work of the director, the artist. And in terms of the distribution, we have already spoken to the because of our connection with the Philippine American Council, we have the full support of especially the Los Angeles, the Council General. We are gonna be premiering this on the 125th Independence Day of the Philippines next year, June 12th. Because what most people don't know is the Philippines, like the Americans, have the Declaration of Independence, the document that we use, that Contemporaries use to fight Spain. And right in the middle of that, the inspiration is Lapu-Lapu fighting Spain. And we want, this is the center of our celebration next year. 120th anniversary cannot be a better time. What we mentioned about it's like, wait. I thought, I didn't share it here. I thought I would read it. I'll start with Marisol. I mean, we were looking for someone who, I said, who you married is a reflection of yourself too. And me, Anthony, I was so, I was so just amazed by his presence. And when I found out his wife was an actress, I'm like, well, why is she? I want to be there. Because his presence was kind of like the idea of what I was thinking for the older sister of the wife. So once I got to see her tapes and I Googled YouTube days, much as I can on all of these actors, if they didn't send me their own reel. But it was just spot on. I didn't need another thought of it. She's got this elegant beauty about her, this elegant voice about her that it is the Imani. The character of Imani in this, because we have the amazing big Imani as playing Udon. He is the he is the reflection of Lorenzo on the mactan side. He is the art, he's the god of war of the soldiers. He is still under Lapu Lapu in that movie. But there is that traditional relationship that you see that's still beautiful in our culture. Is this the powerful Filipino woman who can still lead the household but be submissive to the husband's emotions and needs. And that's the thing I felt that Marisol could carry where it's she's submitting to her husband not because she's weak, because she's smart enough to know that we cannot allow he can't control his emotions, and it actually helps him maintain his energy and emotions on a daily basis. So her power actually helps drive her husband too. But in a way, she's balancing so many things as well, but she's also trying to balance Tawada's free spiritness, So she's got her husband who is intertwining on because from his way, which is by force, not by communication. And that's where I knew for a fact Maricel is the right person for this role. And when it comes to Alonzo, I mean, for her to speak for herself, not just her talent. When I found out who she is and what she's accomplished thus far, my thing that I'm excited about is that I get to direct Beta's first international global Hollywood movie. Like, she's done so much here in the Philippines. She's even crossed over to Asia and different things. But, so looking at the fact that we're coming from Hollywood, and gross sales just last year alone, there was 520 billion made in Hollywood alone. And the first, second being the UK at 50 billion. Unfortunately, the Philippines was 77 on the list at 127 billion. So if you think about it, it takes 77 countries to even add up to 300 billion, which is still half of Hollywood. So we're coming in this with all of those intertwined Hollywood actors, Hollywood crew, and also Filipino actors crew, right? Why? Was there way you want things in America? Was there way you guys want things here? Those are part of the challenges. You know what? This is historic. This is the first time that a Hollywood director producer are coming here to produce a global Hollywood movie about not like a movie like Born Identity that just came here to take advantage of the resources and need. We're actually coming here to build a dynasty, to build a platform for all of us artists. So I knew for a fact that Beta, with her success and her just her talent alone and being able to speak with her, I knew she would be the right essence for the water. Because we were looking for someone who had that Rachel McAdams of the notebook, someone who was into someone who, when you look at her and she smiles, you just fall in love. You just gravitate to her energy, right? She has a bashfulness, and last I seen, she brought that. So there's a bashfulness about her when she smiles at the and in the scene, actually, you'll see between them, literally, this character. And that is what I want America to do when they watch this movie with the water is to be cold. And that's why I chose this movie.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Here from Manila, India. So this is from Sheila Reyes of ABS again. When and where are you going to start filming? should we expect this movie in theaters?
We're already started. We're actually, we scheduled, today to have the press conference, and then we go straight to the set. We're on our fourth day. So, we've already started, and yes, I would say you will expect it in years. Now, we have a lot of opportunity for that. We'll speak more about that. But yes, we already started, and we're right there for a lot more than this.
Yes, this be the first story about the great bravery and heroism of the Filipinos that changed what this will be shown in the theaters. That's our plan for distributing the first 2 years, and then it will be on the platform. In fact, without revealing names, we already have some platforms already made offers.
Big fight.
Yeah, to do this with us, but we are just waiting for that entire output, the masterpiece to come out before we would even talk about those things. So we just want to focus right now on making a great movie, a great film, and enjoying the journey with all the cast. Because there's having a family.
Question from one News of TV5 to the creators and the stars of the film. Since this is an historical film, how did you do your intensive research when it comes to the culture and events back in 1521?
The good thing though is our production designers, our writers, even our director read a lot about they did a lot of research on his own as well as I did, and so we did consult a lot of historical experts. However, we want to make this note very clear. We are not making a historical movie. We're not talking Bonifacio here. We're not talking, Goyo. This is really a love story, a beautiful love story, kind of like the Pocahontas, the Romeo and Juliet, intertwined with the older Enrique. So it's just like the brave part, it's inspired by some historical moments, but we are not making a historical documentary. So I just wanted to
Okay. From Philippine star Natalie Kumada, to the filmmaker would you choose Palawan as the set location and not Cebu, for example. How is the filming experience in Palawan so far?
Yeah, I would say it's challenging for me as an American not having AC in every environment. I will not deny that. And my other Americans feel the same. But Andrew said it best the other day. It's like we're here. We chose Palawan because there's so many parts of Palawan that still look like it's in the 1500s. It's untapped. So if it were we were trying to stay in the Philippines. And of course, he's the one who introduced me to the fact that Palawan is that place. So when we came here and did our ocular, I was like, oh my God. I mean, we're really in the jungle. And you know what I mean? And we're in the jungle. And that is the beauty of why we chose Palawan, because it still looks like how history looked. And when you see the battle, we're in a place where it actually looks like it still did. There's no homes anywhere near. So that's why I think that the essence of Palawan is partial to me. There are communication issues. I've even seen people experience last week with the telecommunication and the tourism. We've still got a long way to go in Palawan when it comes to Wi-Fi. We lost Wi-Fi connection today. Look, when's the proof of that? We lost Wi-Fi today. And Francis said to me, you can get into the nice ones up, but you still might have problems. And he's right. There are days even the AC or something stops working and they get it fixed, of course. But I noticed, we're in a raw environment now. We are really in like the islands. So that's why I think we chose.
But the perfect thing of that being raw, that's what the movie.
Yeah, it does.
It may not be what we need, as you know, as producers, actors, and all the comforts and the convenience, but that's what the movie calls for. Guys, can you imagine if you don't experience the same hardship that the real Afghan warriors experienced when there was no easy during that time, right? And really white love. We have seen this again and again. Michael has seen it over and over. The Palaweños, my goodness, their commitment, their love, their hard work, their talent, they're just not given the opportunity. But the love of the people, you know, Danny said it well, Hector said it well, the Palaweños are just one of the warmest people in the world. This is the Hawaii of the Philippines, you know? They are just so relaxed and accommodating. That's what it belongs to this. Even though I'm from Iloilo, but I love Ilongos too, but that's why we settled with Palau.
I will say this real quick. The movie G.I. Joe, they showed the destination for the same reason when they were in the swamp water. But all the actors and the extras in the military there came out and at least had 15 to 20 leeches on them. But that happens in films sometimes because sometimes the location is, you have the way the differences is the location in Florida or do we build a set here? But it sounds great. Don't worry, we're not going to get any leeches there. But in a sense, you know, that story as an actor, I was always scared, like, man, would I do that? But sometimes the moment has to be done in that situation. So yeah, that's where we are.
Okay, so we have a lot of questions from Manila. From Jewel of Lineros, Philippines. How were the cast selected for their roles and how will they prepare for their roles?
I want to give them more chance to talk about how we're going to prepare for the roles. To start over with, actually, we want to, let's talk over, we're going to pass it across as they go down this.
The question was,
like how are you preparing? Yeah.
well, we want the spirit of the Philippines. You know, like to really edge in the story. Listen to my director who has great instincts. Was slightly younger than me. And then you have the role of the ladies of the set, and then the great Danny Trejo, who everybody expects, he's showing up. So you keep the standard of hard work, and all you have to do is look at the food. And I say this from the heart when I see them, the young ones, the people who won't know, having them. There's no suffering, just work hard and collaborate, and then you'll be on food forever. So preparation is one thing story-wise, but when you come to just like this in the spirit, you're surrounded by the spirit of the people. There's no complaining and there's no failing. There's no room for error. We just trip, we get up and we keep going. And that's the way I'm going to do this room. And believe me, we are sweating, and my heat rash looks fantastic on my back. My rashes from work, but I don't care because the people at the back suffer with me. And we laugh at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's Danny, welcome.
Okay.
Let Hector prepare for the role.
Small. Hello everybody in Manila. Hello Palawan News and Media. It is an absolute honor to be graced by your presence and to be boots on the ground, walking and running around the island of Palawan to really absorb the energy and just as an athlete alone and as an actor for my frame and for my work, I like to push the limits to be as authentic as possible, but physically doesn't mean anything if you ain't aligned spiritually. Can I get an amen?
Yeah, amen.
And so the work that I just leading up to this role from the minute I got this movie was just realigning myself with God and knowing, like Costa said, trusting and putting all my faith in my direction, my director, my producer, my cast. And this project is highly favored. If you're going to do anything in this life that is going to alter, change, or inspire you better be prepared to be attacked. And I don't mean physically. Like I said before, expect a spiritual warfare. And yes, we are at it. We are shooting a movie about war, but it's a love story. We are at war every day, sweating, but we love it. It ties us more into this world. And so, with my research, I've been staring at the beautiful Alonzo for 3.5 months now. And so, like everybody said, I'm a new father, 3 weeks father.
About the setup.
And so, my shrine in my house started with Alonzo, but I just was graced and blessed from God with a little baby girl, 3 weeks old. And so we're walking around the house, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Like I said, spiritual warfare. And you get a mic. I'm sitting up Alonzo and walking around the house with the baby. And man, I hope my girl doesn't get upset. I'm just looking at another woman 3 to 4 hours a day. So I put those stuff next to her. And then the next day I added Denny Trejo. And so it has been just a spectacular experience from the beginning, from when I found out that I was going to be honored to play this role with Enrique. My baby was due on July 30th, and I was supposed to fly out July 28th. My baby decided to come